What's up, guys? Today I'll be doing a review of the Title Bomber traditional style headgear, so stay tuned.
Uber up the styles like miles and shit. Like 60s funky worms with waves and perms. Just sending junkie.
Alright guys, so today I have this Title Bomber headgear that I'll be doing a review on, but first I'll give you guys a close-up on it. If you guys are looking at it right now, the first thing you're probably thinking is it looks just like the winning FG-2900, and in my opinion, this is Title's answer to that headgear. This is their version of the winning FG-2900, which is the Japanese style raised cheek protector style headgear. This one does have a lace-up closure on top as well as in the back, with a belt buckle closure for the chin strap. But you can see here overall it is a really nice headgear with full leather construction. You do have the Title patch on the front right there, and you do have the raised cheek protectors right there. The inside liner is almost it's kind of like a suede type liner, which I do like, but over the traditional leather where it kind of slips around once it gets sweaty. With this suede liner, it really does a nice job of keeping your face somewhat dry and air, lets it air out a little bit, but at the same time it doesn't allow this headgear to slip around when you take a shot to the face. So overall pretty nice. And then let's take a look at the weight of this headgear, see how much this headgear weighs. And it is right at 11.7 ounces, so it's not very heavy at all. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty lightweight headgear for what it is. I'm sure if it was the synthetic material that Winning uses, it'd probably be a little bit lighter, but it's pretty negligible. I mean, once you have it on your head, you really don't notice the weight, to be honest with you. So, on to the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'll be doing a review of the Title Bomber headgear. As you can see, I got mine in all black, full leather construction. You can also get this in red, blue, and I believe white. And this headgear is a iteration of, in my opinion, the winning FG-2900. This is Title's version of that style Japanese headgear. You can also get this in two different sizes. You can get in small, medium, or large, extra large. If you don't know what your size is, just go onto the Title website and it shows you how to do that. But you basically get yourself a measuring tape and you measure the circumference of your head, and that determines what size you should be getting. I opted to go with the size large just because I have a little bit bigger of a head, and this actually fits me pretty well. Now, as you can see here, it's a full leather construction. It does not use a synthetic material like Winning does, but you do have that Title logo that's patched onto the front right here that's stitched on. It does have a full lace-up closure on the rear as well as on the top. A lot of people prefer that over a Velcro closure because it gives a little bit more of a snug, custom feel where it attaches to the back of your head and it just feels a lot more tight and secure on the back. The inside liner, which I really like as well, is a kind of a suede liner on the inside. So it does a really nice job of wicking away the moisture, but more importantly, it prevents this headgear from really moving around. Now, some of the other headgears I've done a review on in the past, they use the same leather material on the exterior of the headgear as they do on the interior. And I find that when you start getting really sweaty and you take a shot to the face, it just kind of moves the headgear around, and you're constantly having to readjust it. So, I mean, if you get hit with a good shot, regardless, the headgear is probably going to move a little bit. But just having this liner makes it a little bit more comfortable, and it adds a little bit of grip onto your face once you have that on there. Now, the lower closure right here actually uses a belt buckle style closure with the little belt right here with the holes at the end. It works okay, but I would have liked to see them use, just like the Winning, the quick clip, because every time you use this headgear now, you have to pretty much find the hole for the adjustment. Now, I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's just more of a creature comfort or convenience to have that quick clip. Where Winning, you can adjust it one time, and once you have that adjustment for the size you want, you just click it right in and pop it right off. With this, every time you have to actually run the belt through here and then find the right size hole for the length that you want. So I already adjusted the back laces right here. I adjusted the top laces, and I'll slip this on to show you guys how it actually goes onto my head. So you can see it slides on really nicely. One of the most important things I look for when I put this headgear on, or any kind of headgear that I'm using in sparring and then I do a review on, is to find out if there's any like pressure points or any points of discomfort. And a lot of times you'll get headgear and you put it on, it might be the wrong size, or just the ergonomics is off. So when you put it on your head, it hurts on your temples or on the back of your neck, just certain areas like that, and you don't want to wear it because over a period of a couple of rounds of sparring, you're like, this thing just hurts my head. I'd rather just wear another headgear. One thing I like is that they use a combination of different density foams inside this headgear. So it's a little bit stiffer on the outside. The density of the foam is a little bit harder. But I do like the fact that they use a lower density foam on the inside that rests against your face. So it gives it a little bit more of a soft and plush feel. Now let me go ahead and buckle this up. That way you guys can see the actual, how it looks like on my head. But you can see here, this is that buckle closure. From here, I'm just going to actually find the actual hole. So this is the area I was talking to you about, where it just takes a little bit more time to put on because you're trying to find the correct size hole. Whereas if on the Winning FG-2900, it's nice because you already have the quick clip. You don't have to worry about doing this every single time because it just clips right in. And as you can see here, I can't even find the damn hole for this thing. See if I can find it. Where is it at? Get a little bit tighter. Here, let me see this again. There you go. We'll just put it right there. And then it has this little leather flap that kind of goes right over. And then you can slip that through. That way it just doesn't become undone. So it's just one thing you notice on the chin strap right here, you do have this extra little layer of padding right here as well as on here that protects the metal strap from actually hitting your chin. So the placement of the strap is really nice. I like that. It's actually right underneath the chin. It's not too far back where it's against your throat. Sometimes the headgears, they position it to where this is too far back. Now my actual peripheral vision, my visibility with this headgear is really good. I can see both horizontally and vertically. I have a good field of vision. I can see pretty much every shot that's coming through. I can't see the bottom of these wings right here with my peripheral vision. This is noticeable, but I've used, both in the Winning, the FG-2900, the Ring the Cage, a lot of the Japanese style headgears I've used in the past, you can always see that that's just part of having a cheek style protector headgear, especially ones that have the raised cheeks to give yourself a little bit of extra protection. But nonetheless, this does a really nice job with the visibility. I can see what I need to see. Now rotating it around, you can see the ear placement is good too. I like that the actual placement of these donuts on the side right here, the padded donuts on the side, is actually right over my ear, so I don't feel like any part of this is actually pushing against my ear and making it really hurt. So the placement on the ears is really nice as well. The actual back, you can see the back closure looks really good. I already pre-laced this to the size of my head as well as the top closure. I don't feel any pressure points. Everything feels really comfortable back here as well. If you notice on the back, it has about a ½ inch of padding all around the back of the head, and then it has this cutout for your neck. It gives it a nice taper. That way you can lift your head up and really have a good rotation of your neck to where you can really look around. So if you're crouching or if you're moving from side to side and you need to move your head or slip punches or whatever you're doing with your defense or moving your head, this cutout allows that. So you can see the actual placement of the ears looks really good as well. My field of vision is good. The actual placement of the cheek protectors is right on. It does a good job of protecting your cheeks. The main purpose of the headgear again is to prevent cuts, but you do still will get contacted in the nose. So if someone punches you straight on with a straight flush punch, you will feel it. The protectors will help kind of take the brunt of the force of the punch off because of the raised cheek protectors, but it won't fully prevent you from getting hit in the nose. So for those of you that just want something that's going to give you flat out 100% nose protection, that when you get hit right here you don't feel it, you're going to have to go with the face saver, because with this I still got punched in the nose. As a matter of fact, I actually got a little bit of a bruise on my eye from this, just because of the force of the punch that came in. So it does a decent job, but it's not the end all when it comes to actually protecting your nose or your cheek. You can still get hit with a good shot with enough force. But the actual peripheral of it is really good. One thing with the sizing of it also, you have to notice that it does kind of rest against my nose a little bit. So you do have to keep that in mind with these cheek protectors, depending on how wide your face is. Everybody's head shape is a little bit different, that you might feel that there might be some discomfort with the actual wings right here, kind of pushing into your nose. If I went with a smaller size headgear, then the headgear is going to be way too tight and these cheek protectors would be too far out. So you have to keep that in mind too, that this might touch against your nose, which is pretty much normal for a headgear of this style. Now, removing the headgear is really relatively easy as well. You can see there, I just kind of pull out the little metal clip, and that's that. The nice part about it with the lace-up closure on the back and the top is you don't really have to readjust it anymore. Once you have that adjustment, size that you need for both the width and the top of the headgear, you can pull it right off, and you're good to go. But overall, man, I'm really satisfied with this headgear. This headgear is $69, so for 70 bucks, this is a really great headgear. It's probably one of the most underrated. I feel that Title did a really nice job of kind of replicating the style, feel, and look of winning, but for a fraction of the cost. Typically the FG-2900s run around $300 on up for a headgear. And your head is the most important part of your body, so don't get me wrong, the winning FG-2900 is a great headgear. It's pretty much the standard of open face headgear. That's why you see so many people, both amateur and pro, use that headgear. But if you're looking for an alternative, you want to save some money, quite a bit of money, but you want the similar qualities of the FG-2900 at the fraction of the price, I think this headgear does a great job. It does have full leather construction. For the price point, for $69, you really can't go wrong. Has a lace-up closure in the back, has about a half-inch layer of foam all the way around. You do have, the padded ears right here that go on the side. The ergonomics is on point. I feel like these sit right over my ears properly. It doesn't feel like it's off. Has a good amount of flexibility. It's pretty lightweight for what it is. And you do have the raised cheek protectors for those of you that are looking for that, as well as the open face, so that you have a little bit more peripheral vision than you would with the face saver. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box and where you can find this Title Bomber Headgear. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.